It is about a family, especially a father and a son. They don't know how to talk to each other anymore. They don't talk much because something happened in their past. Just a year before the story starts, they lost their mother and wife in an accident, and they blame each other for what happened. So they are pretty angry with each other. And then something happens in Rome, a strange, weird phenomenon. During a heavy rain, the sewers start to exhale this steam. And whoever inhales this steam starts to get pretty mad and starts to express their worst feelings and start to be very violent. And our protagonist, our father and our son, inhales this steam, and things get pretty fucked up very soon. You know, the real enemy of this film, the real antagonist, is the emotional trash we all live in the place we inhabit. And this emotional trash in the film gets out and transforms into this steam that people inhales. So in the opening sequence, in the title sequence, I wanted to show different eras of Rome as a city, which in some way saw a lot of violence in its history, and it's a city, a very ancient city founded on a man killing his brother, and very beautiful and big things happened in Rome, but also very violent things happened. And I wanted to see a glimpse of them to explain how this emotional trash we fear in the film has been created. So it's like the building of the mythology behind this film. And it is it's just an opening sequence, a title sequence, but I want it to be an allegory of the creation of this monster. The monster comes from our history, our traumas as a nation, but not just as a nation, as a all humanity. We are made of flesh and blood and traumas. Because I think it's the whole essence of humanity. We are animals, but we are also capable of love and human connections. And the film talks about broken human connections that in the end, someone will try to rebuild. The point is, living in this world means living with other people. We can see other people as a damnation, as a things we don't like, or we can see other people as connections, as sharing partners of experiences and of traumas and suffering, because we go through a lot of trauma and suffering. But if you suffer with other people, I know it sounds pretty dramatic, but if you suffer with other people, you can go through things and see, you can share and you can feel, and you can go to better places, you know? And the film talks about that, to people that decided to be alone. And being alone means suffering more and condemning themselves to violent feelings and violent acts. I'm happy that you say you saw a glimpse of hope in the end, because I just wanted to say that, yes, living is difficult, but we become the best versions of ourselves when we accept that we have to live in a world with other people, and we connect with other people, and we are definitely better. It's just a matter of focus, okay? I wanted to focus not on the horror side of the story, but on the human relationships and the human side of these characters. I fell in love with these characters. I fell in love especially with the young son. He can seem a pretty rebellious boy, and sometimes it is not so pleasant to see what he does. But it was a challenge for me to show that behind his rebellious acts, his terrible actions, there was a big pain, a big suffering, and a big fragility. And that was pretty interesting for me, because my challenge was I want spectators to love this character. And it is not a character easy to love, but if I succeed in this mission, I can create a complex character. And that was something that really was important for me, to create two complex characters, this father and his son, and using horror to talk about what they were going through. I think life experiences, not just mine, but people I talked with, it starts off as a family drama, and I didn't want the horror to eat the family drama. I wanted to coexist. I think the commissions, the mixing of the genres is important in today's genre cinema. I think we are going in a direction of not just pure horror, pure drama, pure comedy, but something that can really mix the experiences of the genres that we experienced through the years of cinema in every cinematography, and mix together. And I wanted to create a balance between violent, brutal horror and emotional family drama. The real enemies of this film, they're ourselves, because we feel something that can destroy ourselves and others. And this is a ghost film without ghosts, but the presence of this mother that tells this father and this son to kill each other at some point in the movie is just not real. The enemy is our anger and the trash we carry inside. And if you ask me if that really is an happy ending, I said no. I say I don't think that this film has an happy ending. I said it yesterday. I think when a lot of people go through terrible things in a movie, it can really exist an happy ending, because those people went through terrible things, and the world goes through terrible things. But I wanted to save in some way my main characters. I want to use my main characters to show the spectator and the people who watch this film a glimpse of hope, and that we can really fight what we feel, the worst thing we feel. We can really fight, and we can really overcome this anger. It's not a happy ending, but I think they have a hope at the end, and they can really create their happy ending if they stick to this connection they create at the end of the film. Yeah, of course, that's probably the most important scene, because they finally see their mother and they think their mother is telling just what they feel. So it's fueling their anger, but it's not really her mother. It's just themselves, and they're probably alone in that room. It's actually the same conversation. It's in different, in two different buildings, but it's the same conversation. And it really shows how, even if they are so distant and so different, they feel the same. They feel the same, and they are actually the same, and they want to do the same things. Because it's a paradox, because the same person, it just shows to the spectator that it's themselves talking to themselves. It's them talking to themselves. Because if there really was a mother will, Christina's will, would never say these things and the same things to one and to the other. Probably she wouldn't say anything, or she would take a part, but that is something that cannot happen. And so it's just that scene is the scene we as spectators watch them fall apart, and they think they met again the woman they lost. So it's really tragic, and it's really important, and it's really intensive, because it takes the two characters to the showdown.